If you have a broken cup holder tensioner on your Ford F-150, this video is going to show you how to fix that. But before I get started, I just want to say that this video is for educational purposes only, and I'm not guaranteeing that your truck is like mine, and if you fix it and something breaks, that's on you. But I've been having this issue for a while on my cup holder, where the part that actually keeps it in place, the tensioner doesn't work anymore. So let's get started. So today I'm going to show you how to fix broken cup hold tensioners on your F-150. So if you see in here, this one, these are retracted, and over here, this is how it's supposed to work. I've read on online forums that they actually don't make this type of cup holder anymore because it breaks too often. So I'll show you how to do it. First thing you gotta do is pop off this trim. It'll be right here. So along this back line, you just take a screwdriver and pop it out. Comes right off, no problem. Inside here, you'll actually be able to see immediately what the issue is. And you have this tensioner, which just fell right out. It's not broken, it just fell out. And to get to it, we have to remove a lot of screws. So, first things first, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3 hex head screws in there that I already removed. And 1, 2 of these T20 star-shaped screws. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these 2 bolts, and I'll come back when I do that. So I've removed this screw, and now we're going to go ahead and take off these 4 star-shaped screws as well. Okay, now you should have something that looks like this with no bolts removed. And the next step actually took me quite a while to figure out. So normally if you try to lift this, it just won't go. And I noticed back here, there's a little piece of plastic that keeps it in place. So, without breaking it, I popped open the console. And what I found was, you have this little piece of trim that goes right on there like that. Grab it at the back edge here. Pops right off real easy, and you will see a screw just like all the others right in the middle. Take out that screw. That's the only screw you need to do. You don't need to touch any of this. That one screw right in the middle of your console, and now you should be able to just easily, sort of gently, without breaking anything, lift this out. Perfect. So now that we have our full cup holder out, pretty simple fix, and you can already see, it's working on the other part here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna loop it. I'm trying to do this with one hand and record here, but you're gonna loop it onto this little piece, and then there's teeth at every cup holder piece here, all the way around. And there's another little piece which you can't quite see here because there's not enough light, but you just hook it right on there. Make sure it's all the way on so you don't have to do this again. Perfect. And now we have perfectly tensioned cup holders. Easy peasy. They don't even make this part anymore. Together, we're just going to do the reverse. So we're going to take our tension piece, and for me at least, the label was facing out. So we're going to have to work this back in place. And you have it in place when these holes line up with their screw holes flush. So I'm going to put the camera down and put it back into place. So these are back into place. These little nubs are in line. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this screw in the console back. Okay, now I got that screw back in place. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the trim back on in the console. So you can see these tabs over here. We got these two tabs that go into this slot. This tab goes into this slot. And then there's one more at the top. Okay, got it popped back into place in 3 easy snaps. We can go ahead and close that. Come back here. And now all we have to do is put our screws back in. We got the 1, 2 star screws here. 1, 2, 3 hex bolts. And then our 4 other star screws. So I'm gonna go do that. The other thing I wanted to point out is that one of these screws is shorter than all the other hex head screws. So just make sure when you're taking things out, you're paying attention to what goes where. And this one goes right in the middle there. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the trim back on. This trim is a little bit trickier than normally. So I'm just gonna show you how to do it. You have these 2 tabs down here that need to go in these slots. And then you have these front tabs and a hole here that go in this slot and with that tab respectively. So the key to doing this is that you sort of have to push forward on the front tab and pull back here to get them aligned at the same time. It takes a little bit of patience, but I just wanted to point that out. Great, now we're all done, and you can see that this cup hole tensioner works as good as new. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer everything I can. So good luck fixing your F-150 in the future.